Hello, beautiful people. It's day 29 of this 30-day Dear Diary series. I'm Nicole, and I'm honestly just in awe that it's day 29, and I've been reflecting on this whole process from setting out to do this in a kind of spur of the moment evening walk, and here we are, day 29. I've followed through, and there haven't been a ton of views on these videos. To be honest, I'm not a big YouTuber. I am more active on Instagram at Nicole Biscay over there. But I started this YouTube channel a few years ago, and I made some videos and they got, a couple hundred views, maybe in the hundreds. And I was more so doing it to just share my story and to share the lessons that I've learned along the way. And it's a place where I can share that in a longer form setting. And so that's why I did it, but I was pretty dedicated to it in the beginning. And views would sometimes get some comments. Like I said, they weren't getting tons of views, but they were getting some views. And fast forward to now, I took such a long hiatus from posting anything on YouTube that I guess you would say I lost momentum, but I'm actually reflecting on it and realizing how by doing this series and only getting a handful of views on these videos because they're so short and they're so quick. I mean, I'm posting them so often, right? Every day for 30 days is a lot of videos, and there's not that many subscribers on this channel. So all the things, all the external things would say, what's the point in doing this? Like, why are you wasting your time? But I actually don't feel that way. I feel really grateful that I've taken this time to post almost all 30 of these videos. By tomorrow, I will have posted all 30 of these videos. And I have had personal people, like real life people, come up to me and tell me that they watched one or two of these videos and share how it impacted them and how it resonated for them and how it helped them in some way. And it got me thinking about that saying, if you help one person, then it's worth it. And so many people say that for so many different things. And usually they're saying it to kind of reassure someone that no matter what you do, it can still be worth it as long as it helps one person. And sometimes people say that themselves, it's worth it as long as it helps one person. But what I found is that sometimes we just say that to kind of like help our ego feel better when it's not doing really well, quote unquote, whatever that means based on these societal standards and what is popular or trending or going viral. But I have been actually touched by the people who came up and told me that they took the time to just watch me sitting here in my house, turning on the camera and sharing what is coming up for me on this journey of choosing to live what I call authentically empowered, really tuning into my body's wisdom and following my heart's call and this compass that lives within me versus the fear that can creep in or the societal checklist, as I sometimes call it. The fact that someone felt called to watch me just sitting here sharing my thoughts is actually a really powerful thing to think about. And that is giving me the awareness and the perspective of other things that we do in life. I did this video series because I felt called to do it from within. And I think I mentioned in one of the first videos that I kind of ignored it for a little bit, thinking that that's silly and what's the point? But I've been inspired by people who have sat in their homes and turned on the camera and shared something from their heart. Not necessarily in this same format, but in similar ways. And I know that this video series has probably helped me more than anyone else, and I'm just grateful for anyone who has decided to tune into it. And I'm also really grateful for Spirit for moving through me and delivering any messages that were helpful to those of you who are watching, because this is what life is truly about. It really is about human connection. And just because we live in this online space, we've been conditioned to believe that it's millions of views, millions of likes that has created change and has impacted people. But it really does all come down to the human connection that has to take place one single person at a time. It's not like you go out there and help millions of people right away. It really is one person to one person to one person to one person, and maybe someone shares it or someone tells their friend about it. But in real physical life, it's this one-to-one connection. And sometimes it is a group connection, but it's human connection is what I'm getting at. And I don't want anyone out there to think that you are less worthy or less helpful or less beneficial to the world just because you don't have a huge audience. And I'm an example of that. I have had people physically come up to me and share how something that I have created has changed their lives. And I'm not just referring to this YouTube series, but in other things that I've shared along the way. And that is super duper powerful. And I'm reminding myself as well to not lose perspective on that, because I'm really interested in living a meaningful life. And that meaning can come from so many other things outside of the online world. And it's just a bonus that we get to share in this way and to also reach people who may be on the other side of the world. But look around in your neighborhoods, in your communities. Who have you been touched by in real life? And how can you be more yourself today and allow that authenticity, that unique, radiant energy that you carry, to be a light in the lives of those around you, whether it be at the grocery store or a fitness class, the gym, anywhere that you go, you have the power to make an impact in the people around you, and that therefore makes an impact in the world as well. And so there's really no small impact, is what I'm getting at, is that every impact is a ripple, because you have no idea. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you just heard that thunder, but I feel like it's confirmation that you have no idea how that can ripple effect in the lives of so many others. Because if you do help one person, if you do change the life of one person in one way, they're going to also pass that along in some way by the way that they carry themselves moving forward. So there's no small change, there's no small impact, there's no small creation. Keep creating whatever your heart feels truly called to create and pour all of yourself into it. There's no reason to hold back or to wait until it's time or there's enough people listening. You have no idea how one person listening could be the very person that was meant to take your message and allow it to evolve their life in a way that you could have never, ever, ever imagined. So don't belittle yourself. Don't underestimate yourself, and believe in the wisdom, the messages, the guidance, the internal momentum that you feel. Allow it to carry you forward in whatever ways that you see fit. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for day 30, our very last day of this Dear Diary series.